only 4% children in rural India had access to online education. GBTC, Give Back to Community Trust, aims to bridge the educational gap in rural India by supporting underserved students through technological empowerment. This initiative allows children to make and shape our digital future. Here's two groundbreaking projects initiated by GBTC: Project Enable Smart Class and Project Enable Super 60 Plus. The objective of Project Enable Smart Class is to empower rural schools with technology and increase the outreach of students in the community. The Trust provides digital infrastructure to government primary schools to improve student engagement, student learning and retention.
मैं ये वादा करता हूँ कि हम सब स्मार्ट क्लास में पढ़ करके एक स्मार्ट बच्चा बनेंगे।
थैंक यू GBTC ट्रस्ट हमको हमारे विद्यालय को स्मार्ट क्लास देने के लिए। GBTC ट्रस्ट की तरफ से हमारे स्कूल में टीवी लगी है जिससे हम नई नई चीजें सीख सकते हैं।
थैंक यू GBTC ट्रस्ट, आपने हमारे विद्यालय को एक स्मार्ट क्लास दिया है जिससे हम बच्चों को अभी तक जो थ्योरेटिकली पढ़ाते थे उसे हम प्रैक्टिकली दिखा पाएंगे, जिससे बच्चे आराम से और आसानी से उस चीज को बहुत ही बेहतर ढंग से सीख पाएंगे।
Project Enable Super 60 Plus. The objective of Project Enable Super 60 Plus is to prepare talented students of economically weaker sections studying in primary schools for entrance exams of Vidya Gyan and Navodaya Vidyalayas through daily online classes in Hindi, mathematics and reasoning. Selected students are provided smartphones by GBTC Trust. We urge many leaders to join our mission to help more children receive quality education. Through your valuable donation of digital devices, we aim to empower the future generation to succeed in an increasingly interconnected world. Only together, we can give back to community.
All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to this month's professional development session. Let me hand over to the moderator, Ms. Needham. Over to you.
Hello all. Hello and good evening, everyone. A very warm welcome to all our educators joining us today. On the behalf of the GBTC community, we are truly glad to have you all with us for today's professional development session. Now, before we begin, just a few quick guidelines to help you all for a smooth running session. Kindly keep yourself on mute during the session. आप सभी से रिक्वेस्ट है कि जब ये सेशन चलेगा आप अपने आप को म्यूट रखिएगा. You may use the chat box to share your reflections or questions. अगर किसी को भी questions करने होंगे तो वो आप अपने chat box में लिख सकते हैं. We will have a time towards the end for interaction and questionnaire round. सेशन के अंत में क्वेश्चन आंसर्स का एक राउंड होगा और आप अपने क्वेश्चंस सामने रख सकते हैं चैट बॉक्स में. If possible, do keep your video on. It helps to create a more connected learning space. इस सेशन के दौरान आप सभी से रिक्वेस्ट है कि अपने वीडियो को ऑन रखिएगा, एक कनेक्टिविटी बनी रहेगी. Welcome all. My name is Neelam Mandhyan and I am a coordinator of the professional development session at GBTC Trust. Now about GBTC, who we are and what is the impact of it. It is for those who all are joining for the very first time. GBTC Trust, GBTC Community, Give Back to Community Trust is a non-profit initiative working to empower underserved learners to become the change makers by bridging education gaps through digital learning, mentorship and leadership development. So far, through our work, we have engaged with 100 plus teachers. इस जर्नी में हम 100 plus teachers से connect हो चुके हैं. Reached over 7,000 plus students. इस जर्नी के अंतर्गत हम 7,000 से ऊपर बच्चों को connect कर चुके हैं and supported transformation across 55 plus schools. Now, what is the purpose of PD sessions? हम सब ये ज़रूर जानना चाहेंगे कि इस प्रोफेशनल डेवलपमेंट सेशंस जो लिए जा रहे हैं इसका मेन कारण क्या है. Since 2022, we have been running this monthly teacher professional development series held on the last Friday of every month. The idea is very simple: to create a space where educators can reflect on their practice, learn from different perspectives, and take back practical usable ideas into their classroom. हम जो कुछ भी यहाँ सीखते हैं पूरी कोशिश करते हैं कि हम अपने क्लासरूम में उतना ही इम्पैक्टफुल एनवायरनमेंट बना सकें इन प्रोफेशनल डेवलपमेंट सेशंस से. All our sessions align with the spirit of NEP 2020, focusing on meaningful and holistic learning. Now, the very important instruction is a quick note we'll be sharing within our GBTC Growth Hub group, and link will be shared with all of you. If you are न्यू टू दिस ग्रुप, अगर किसी नए मेंबर्स ने ज्वाइन किया हुआ है तो हमारा ग्रोथ हब करके एक ग्रुप है, उसमें आप कनेक्ट हो जाएंगे और एक लिंक आपको इसी सेशन के माध्यम में आप सभी से शेयर की जाएगी और आप उससे जुड़कर हमारे व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप जो ग्रोथ हब के नाम से है उससे जुड़ जाएंगे. Your certificates, your session certificates will be shared in that group. इस सेशन के बाद जो सर्टिफिकेट्स प्रोवाइड होंगे वो उसी ग्रुप में शेयर किए जाएंगे. एंड यू विल रिसीव योर मंथली अपडेट्स अबाउट अपकमिंग सेशंस, और हमारे मंथली अपडेट्स उसी ग्रोथ हब ग्रुप में प्रोवाइड किए जाएंगे. टाइम टू टाइम हमारे जो भी सेशंस इस हर मंथ की लास्ट फ्राइडे को होते हैं वो उस ग्रोथ हब में आपको शेयर किए जाएंगे. नाउ कमिंग टू आवर टुडेज सेशन, we are delighted to have with us Saumitra Dubey. And Saumitra Dubey sir is a passionate teacher, TEDx speaker and resilience coach. As a project director of GBTC Trust, he leads volunteers across many districts of Uttar Pradesh. Ma'am, please mute kar lijiye. Yeah. Now, through his work, he has been closely supporting educators in navigating not just teaching challenges, but also mindset, resilience, and with purpose. Presently, he also teaches and counsels young prisoners at district jail. हमारे district jail में हमारा जो जिला कारागार है वहाँ पे भी कैदियों के लिए वहाँ पे भी क्या कहते हैं क्लासेस चलती हैं, और ये हमारे प्रोजेक्ट डायरेक्टर सौमित्र दुबे जी द्वारा वहाँ संचालित की जाती हैं. A quadriplegic who turns every constraint into a learning opportunity. I'm sure this will be a meaningful and reflective session for all of us. Now over to you, Saumitra sir. Thank you so much.
सभी को नमस्कार, वेरी गुड इवनिंग. जो भी लोग सेकेंड टाइम या उससे अधिक बार इस सेशन को ज्वाइन कर रहे होंगे, यू माइट हैव सीन माय फेस इन द पास्ट आल्सो, बिकॉज टिल वेरी लास्ट सेशन I was one of the hosts of this program, but today my role is different. So in one line I would say ki, like most of you, I'm also a teacher, and I feel that teaching is a job that comes with a huge responsibility. So to be honest, if we just see that in today's time, the weight of this responsibility is a lot more what it should be. And because of that, I think the topic of today's session, teachers' well-being, is very, very crucial. National Education Policy of India 2020, it also reflects on it. It says that just as a empty cup cannot pour, it is for teacher, it is important that they should fill themselves first, only then they can help others. So simple है कि अगर हमारा कप पूरा भरा नहीं होगा, so we cannot help others. Well-being is a huge topic, बहुत बड़ा topic है, जिसमें physical health से लेकर के mental health, emotional health, and there are so many things that we need to cover. And You all know it cannot be covered in one session, and I'm not going to cover all of that. I'm only going to pinpoint for a very simple thing. That is the mindset as a teacher we carry in the workplace. It is something that worked for me, and I'm sure it will work for all of you. So it happened in March, just a few weeks back. I was frustrated. I was getting angry on every small thing. I was in fighting mode. And when I asked myself कि ये हो क्या रहा है, the answer was simple. But first, let me tell you what was the context. GBTC Trust Give Back to Community Trust has many projects, and the one project is Project Super 60. I think many of the teachers who are here in the as an audience, they might have volunteers in this project, because in Super 60, what we did, we provide 11-month mentorship to the underserved meritorious student. अयोध्या जिले में 700 से अधिक गवर्नमेंट प्राइमरी स्कूल्स हैं और वहां 12,000 से अधिक बच्चे पढ़ते हैं. उनमें से हम 62 बच्चों को 62 बच्चों को फिल्टर करते हैं. इट्स अ वेरी टायरिंग प्रोसेस. And we have already successfully completed 5 batches. So teachers की expectation बहुत अधिक थी. तो इस बार जब हमने फरवरी में इसको लॉन्च किया, टाइमलाइन वाज वेरी टाइट. आई वाज वेरी क्यूरियस कि सब कुछ एकदम टाइमलाइन के अकॉर्डिंग हो. And when it was very close and I was not able to meet the timeline, I was breaking inside, and because of that frustration was in me. So I asked the simple question, why is this frustration in me? And the answer was very simple and very precise. I was playing an infinite game with a finite thinking. Super 60 project is not 11-month project. It is a journey in which every year we are adding something new in that. And I was very much focused about the timeline, about the win. And when I was not able to meet that, I was breaking, I was frustrated. But when I see around me, this is not only true for me, this is true for most of us. Every individual, every human being who is doing a deep, meaningful work, but with the wrong mindset, it is true for them. We have seen teachers around us, they are so good that we cannot stop. We have so much praise for them, but they became passive simply because no one is seeing them, because no one is there to appreciate them, because internal politics, because somebody else is being promoted instead of them. And then a large group, I think most of you who are here, despite all that, we all do 200%. But कभी-कभी अपने में ही क्वेश्चन आता है कि इतना सब कर रहा है फिर भी मेरी प्लेट फुल क्यों है? Right? Am I doing justice to my job? This confusion, this frustration, this is the symbol of burnout. And today, exactly, we are going to talk about that. The simple shift in the mindset that can help us to cross this frustration and this confusion. So, Anshu, please share the slide. So before we move to the main content, there is a brief thing with which we start. There is a poll, there is a activity for all of you. Just write a single word in the chat box. And this simple one word or the one phrase is about to describe how does teaching feel to you these days. Yeah, next, Anshu. Excited, heavy, tiring, fulfilling, frustrating. Remember, this should be your immediate response. You need not to think about it. Just write in the chat. And there's no right and wrong answer. You only need to remember it. कि अंत में आप दोबारा I will ask again this question so that you remember what was your response. Yeah, tiring, exciting, great, happy, challenging, yeah, frustrating, exciting. So many answers are coming, pouring in. Please remember these answers because you need to reflect on your answers in the end of the session. Next slide, Ansu. Okay, so one question for all of you. Cricket match. So I want you all to just, Ansu, when I say next only, then click. So when I say cricket match, IPL is running, and just visualize what happened in a cricket match. Two teams are there, one toss, limited overs, then scoreboard is there, and a winner is there, right? आखिरी बॉल जब क्रिकेट की डाली जाती है, गेम ओवर हो जाता है, लोग घर चले जाते हैं. Next, Ansu. This is the example of a finite game. Clear rule, clear opponent, clear end, clear result. सारे तरीके के गेम्स जो हम खेलते हैं, फुटबॉल, वॉलीबॉल, बैडमिंटन, you name them, they all fall in this category. Cricket match, a finite game, right? Next slide. Now think about morning walk. Is there a scorecard? Is there a winner or loser? We do morning walk today, we do morning walk tomorrow. कभी कभी नेबर्स के साथ करते हैं, कभी स्ट्रेंजर्स के साथ करते हैं, कभी एक राउंड करते हैं, कभी 3 राउंड करते हैं. And nobody asks you who is the winner or who is the loser. Next, Anshu. So in morning walk, there's no end, there's no winner. There's no point we can say कि morning walk आज खत्म हो गई. We do the morning walk only to continue it every day, right? This is the example of an infinite game. So in last 2 slides, first we covered cricket. That was the example of a finite game. Clear end, clear result, clear opponent, clear rules. But morning walk, different game, an infinite game, no end, no winner. The only thing is to continue. Am I clear to all of you? Thank you. Next slide, Anshu. This is something important and something very, very crucial to focus on. Wrong game, wrong thinking. Next, Anshu. Imagine you are playing the game of morning walk like a cricket match. आप रोज एक्साइटेड हो ये जानने के लिए कि कौन जीत रहा है, कौन हार रहा है, कब ये फिनिश होगा, रिजल्ट क्या होगा. Within a week we'll get frustrated because that end point will never come, right? And same in the reverse. Next, Anshu. If you play cricket match like a morning walk, what will happen? You will neither you will neither challenge, you will never win. Both games are important. There's no problem in the game, either finite or infinite. The problem is जब हम एक गेम को दूसरे गेम की थिंकिंग के साथ खेलते हैं. So we have covered what? Example of finite game, infinite game, and then the main problem, right? Next, Anshu. Next. Whenever we go to play finite game, we carry finite thinking. And what is that? There's an end point. We need to reach there, na? खत्म होना चाहिए, finish line होनी चाहिए. There must be winner or loser. I must win. Rules should be fixed. Surprise नहीं होने चाहिए. ठीक है ना? So follow them or you fail. Success is all about कि result आना चाहिए. Game खत्म, कहानी खत्म, सब लोग घर चले जाते हैं. This is the finite thinking. With these thinking, we go to the finite game. Next, Anshu. Infinite thinking. Next. No end point. The game must continue. No winner. The only thing is to keep playing, keep playing. If you're out of willpower, leave the game. New people will join. Rules keep changing, right? Surprises are all there. आपको adapt करना पड़ेगा, otherwise you will suffer. Success is all about keep going. You never stop. You're just getting better and better. This is infinite thinking. Next. Now, we have learned both the games. We have learned both the thinking. Now test your understanding. A little activity in which I will give you certain names and आपको chat में डालना है, is it finite or infinite game, right? You have to just write in the chat, is it a finite or infinite game? Next. The first one is a board examination. What do you think? Is it finite or infinite? Finite, right? Why finite? Simple, clear, clear finish line, clear rules, winners are there, so it's a finite. But think about it. Our learning, learning journey that this board examination is checking, is that finite or infinite? That is infinite. Next. A cricket World Cup final. Is it finite or infinite? Yes, you all are right. Finite. Good. Great. We are on same boat. Okay. So match is over. Rule is there. Opponent is there. And match ends. This is a finite game. But the love of Sachin Tendulkar for cricket, is that finite or infinite? That is infinite, right? Next. Getting promotion, I think it's simple. Getting one promotion is simple, finite. But the journey of promotion or professional journey, that is infinite. Next. This is interesting. A WhatsApp group. What do you think? Finite or infinite? This is tricky. And I put it here deliberately because sometimes it is very difficult to identify either it is finite or infinite. You know what? Because it depends on the way we look on it. हमारा outlook क्या है ये determine करता है कि game finite and infinite है. And this is spectrum, right? So it depends. It depends the way you see it, right? Next. Next. A wedding. This is interesting. Finite or infinite? Yes, it is finite. फेरे ओवर हो गए, wedding खत्म हो गई, party खत्म हो गई, but marriage is infinite. Yeah, wedding is finite, but marriage is infinite. Next. Building a student confidence. I think it is clear. It is infinite. Next, Anshu. I think we should focus on this one. This is a bit tricky. 7th one. Learning to ride a bicycle. What do you think? It is finite game or infinite game? So learning to ride a bicycle, if it is about balancing, if it is about holding the handle, definitely it is finite. But what about riding itself? हम मॉर्निंग में राइड करते हैं स्कूल जाने के लिए, इवनिंग में राइड करते हैं फ्रेंड्स के साथ. We go on riding and we just learn, make the skill of riding better and better, better and better. So riding a bicycle, basic skill is definitely a finite, but riding itself is infinite. And with that, we are coming to the most important question, and that is the next one. Teaching. I don't want any answer for this. I want you to think about it. Teaching is finite or infinite game. There's no end point. There's no finish line. मार्च में रिजल्ट आते हैं, अप्रैल में फिर स्टार्ट हो जाता है. There's no clear rule. Conventions are there, but rules keep changing. You have to adapt. And you cannot say, I win the game of teaching. You can never say, I win the game of teaching. Next, Anshu. And therefore, Next, Anshu. Next. And therefore, teaching is an infinite game, right? But the problem is that we all are teacher here. We are playing this infinite game with the finite thinking. Next. But why? Why we are playing this game with finite thinking? The answer is simple. We don't know. We're not aware. We don't know. Right? Next. But here is the twist. Are we playing only one finite game? 3 बजे स्कूल खत्म होता है, 4 बजे हम घर पे आते हैं, and then parenting, then taking care of aging parents, then relationship. क्या इनके एक फाइनल फिनिश लाइन है? क्या उनके क्लियर रूल्स है? No. We all are playing multiple infinite games with a finite measuring tape. And the result is we are frustrated, we are confused, we are burning out. Next. But we need to remember, it is not the problem of the game. It is not that we are wrong. The problem is that measuring tape is wrong. Because in infinite game, the multiple game that we are playing, we are measuring with the wrong tape. Here, one thing is also very important to understand. Like, we are measuring our values with the result of the march that keep on changing. We are expecting appreciation that is, there's no guarantee to come. And we are complaining that, look, my plate is always full, even after so much of work. It is bound to be like that, isn't it? This is simple, infinite thinking trap in a journey that is full of many infinite commitment. And that is why I often say teaching is not just a profession, it's a commitment, right? So the problem is that we all know that now know that teaching is an infinite game, and till now we all were playing it with finite mindset, and because of there was frustration, there was burnout. But what is the most important question now? The most important question now is that how to make that shift, how to change that. And for that, I have no theory for you because I'm still learning. But I have a story for you. And I can share that story with all of you. Next. So this is my story. I'm taking you back to 2003-4 when I was passionate about defense forces. मैं defense force join करना चाहता था. And you all know, I think you all have mastered. आप कह सकते हो कि ये finite goal था. क्यों? Because my dream, clear goal was there, clear path was there. Written examination clear करो, SSB clear करो, and an academy join करो. But one accident happened, and वो game permanently end हो गया. I became quadriplegic. I confined to my wheelchair. Finite game over. Next issue. And I lost that game in 2005. Next. You know, yeah, I lost that game in 2005. But one thing is important to identify, that life itself is an infinite game. Next. And next issue. Life itself is an infinite game, and it is the toughest teacher. I think when I look back कि life ने मुझे जबरदस्ती एक finite game से infinite game में लाके पटक दिया. I was not aware. And you know, it was not just an infinite game. It was it is one of the toughest infinite game because it was a game of survival, and the constraints were very high. They are very high still today. वो सारी चीजें जो आप unconsciously मतलब daily कर सकते हो, like turning a page, taking a glass of water, itching. I have to look towards other to do that. That was my playing ground. And with that, the problem was that I can only live one day at a time. You know why? Because every day there was new challenge coming. And for me, the question was not कि ये कब खत्म होगा. The question was कि how I can live today with all of that. No matter how much I cry, no matter much I am depressed, there was only one day to live, right? And then, but what happened years after years, this cycle went on, and something came out of that, and that was, I did not become, like I often say that I did not become a soldier in uniform, but life gifted me the soldier mindset. So a lot of learning happened, and because of that, I increased resilience, I increased grit in me, and that gradually took me to the other phase of this infinite journey. Next, Anshu. And this line is really, really important. I was in this infinite game. It was not my choice. It was the demand of the life. I was there because of that. Next. So first assignment that I got, it was 13 students. कोई भी expectation मुझसे नहीं रखी गई थी कि मैं कुछ करूंगा. But today, out of these 13, 11 students, they have moved in their life ahead. And that gives the very powerful conclusion. Next. And that powerful conclusion is written here. When nobody expects anything from you, then is when infinite thinking has the most room to work. These 11 students, very soon they will be independent and they will be serving so many others in the society. Right? Next. This was the second assignment that is still on. District jail. Resources were very constrained and हमको कोई गोल नहीं दिए गए थे कि ये चीजें करनी है. हमारा जो रूम था वो 70 स्क्वायर फीट का था. विद इन अ ईयर वो 700 स्क्वायर फीट का बन गया है. देयर इज अ स्मार्ट क्लास, जीबीटीसी का स्मार्ट क्लास है. देयर इज अ लाइब्रेरी, एंड नाउ ये जेल का ऐसा पोर्शन बन गया है कि कोई भी विजिटर आता है पहले वहीं जाता है. राइट? नेक्स्ट. सो व्हाट हैज हैपेंड? When system says nothing can be done, when system write off a space, an infinite player walks in and build. That is the magic of infinite game. And on the next slide, I'm talking about GBTC Trust. Next, Anshu. So GBTC Trust give back to community trust. 60 smart class, 7 districts, thousands of students. Next. And this is just the beginning, right? A lot is about to come. Next. Now coming back to the topic, these all that I was sharing, that was not separate achievement. That were the different phases in which initial there was a struggle, then there was different assignments. There was a different phase of infinite game of life. Right? Nobody has said us कि आपको ये करना है. And in the whole journey, there's no surety of the reward or the appreciation, the recognition. But I must tell you, I must share you one thing, that we don't need any reward. You know why? Because because we are shaping future, and it is very fulfilling. We are getting the opportunity to be the part of the stories and the dreams of others. We are adding our name in their stories, and this is a huge opportunity. And this is giving us a huge sense of fulfillment. Next, right? I learned this lesson by force. What lesson? That when you are in infinite game, play with infinite thinking. I learned this lesson by force in my life, and I'm still learning. I have shared, in a month of March, I was frustrated simply because I'm in a process. But you all have a choice. आप सभी के पास एक choice है कि you can choose this today. You can choose that you will play your infinite game with infinite thinking, right? Next, Anshu. So with that, we are coming to this slide, and it says that for 30 seconds we all need to close our eyes, and we need to think about it. Why am I in teaching? I request you all to please do that. Thank you very much. Now we can open our eyes, and if it is okay with you, you can write in the chat the answer of this question, or you can note it down wherever you want in your notebook. Why am I in teaching? Right. Next slide, Anshu. So, definitely I have shared a story with all of you. There was no theory, there was no practical, there's no steps are there. So how we can make this shift? We all know that teaching is an infinite game. We all know as of now we were playing it with 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 finite thinking. We all know the result is that we are frustrated, we are tired, and we are asking questions that shows that we are burning out. So the shift that is needed for that, we need to think about that the way we are seeing our profession. Next, Anshu. Our profession of teaching is not just a profession. As I said earlier, it's a commitment. There's so many tasks are there. Our plate will always be full. If we'll count the task, we'll be frustrated. So we'll take all the task as a next Anshu. All the task as a calling. And then it is not about winning or losing. It is about walking well. Keep walking for others. So if this shift is needed in our life, so that we can ensure that we burn bright without burning out. Next slide. And this slide has something that today we can take. Next, Anshu. Take with ourselves as a conclusion or a main point of this whole interaction that we had. Not tomorrow, every day you can ask this question from yourself: am I going to win today, or am I going to keep walking for someone today? क्या मुझे आज जीतना है, अ, या मुझे आज वॉक करना है, आज एफर्ट करना है for someone else today? Here I want to tell something to you. You know, we all are playing multiple infinite game. You know, uh, those evening times, those school time, even after school time, we are interacting with the students and we are making lasting change in their lives. At the same time, when we are at home, our hands are tired, our minds are exhausted. Even after that, we all are the pillars. On the back of that, our family is standing. These are real changes. No matter if someone says thank you to you or not, no matter if someone sees you or not, you are making real changes. But we don't recognize it. That is the problem, right? So ask yourself every day that, am I going to win today, or am I going to keep walking for someone today? Next. And this line is something very important. This is from your side, not from my side. A teacher who sees teaching as a task will tire. A teacher who sees teaching as a task will tire. A teacher who sees it as a calling will endure. Right? Teaching is an infinite game. We need to play it with finite thinking. We need to be committed, not consumed, because we have that responsibility on our shoulder to shape the society, to build the future, and it is a privilege on our shoulder. And I think if we take that, our task will not reduce, class size will not reduce, our challenges will not reduce, but the way we perceive them, the way we enrich them, the way we enrich ourselves will change. Uh, that is my message for all of you. And with that, we go to the next slide. And again, we are to that activity with which we have started. I request you all to write one word. Think about it. The biggest thing that you are taking away from today, and type in the chat. What is your one takeaway from this whole discussion, whole interaction? Motivation. Thank you, Pankaj sir. Satisfaction in our work. Yes, very true. Inspiration. Yeah, thank you. Teaching is calling. Very powerful. Very powerful. Yeah. Satisfaction. Yes. Yeah. Next slide, Anshu. So what I have shared with you, I have learned it. Yeah, I was living in my life, but I learned these terms in 2022 by the book Finite and Infinite Games, and then by the so many lectures of Simon Sinek on YouTube over this topic, the infinite game. So what I have shared is just the tip of iceberg. There's so much to talk about. There's so much to churn. And if you want to know more, I request you to please read this book or to watch the sessions of Simon Sinek on YouTube. Right? Please note down the name of both the books and the author. Next, Anshu. And with that, thank you very much. Thank you to GBTC Trust for giving me the opportunity. Thank you to all of you for patiently, listening me a one-side talk. And with that, I hand over it back to Neelam ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.